Most people think AI in government means chatbots answering citizen questions. That is only the beginning. Artificial intelligence is changing how governments analyze data, detect fraud, deliver services, manage traffic, process applications, predict risks, and support public employees. In simple words, AI in public administration asks one major question: can government use intelligent systems to make public services faster, smarter, and more efficient without becoming unfair or unaccountable? Imagine a government department receiving thousands of applications every day. These may include business licenses, welfare claims, tax forms, building permits, immigration requests, or public complaints. Traditionally, employees must review documents manually. This takes time. Applications may remain pending for weeks. Some cases may contain missing information. Others may be urgent. AI can help organize these applications, identify incomplete documents, detect unusual patterns, and prioritize cases that need human attention. This can reduce workload and speed up routine processes. But AI should support public officials, not automatically replace human judgment in every decision. One major use of AI is fraud detection. Governments lose money through false welfare claims, tax fraud, suspicious contracts, and financial manipulation. AI systems can analyze large datasets and identify unusual patterns. For example, the same address may appear in hundreds of benefit applications. Several companies may submit almost identical bids for government contracts. A business may report income that does not match other records. These patterns do not automatically prove fraud. They are warning signs for investigation. This distinction matters. AI can identify risk, but it should not declare someone guilty without evidence and due process. Another major use is predictive public services. Governments can use data to predict where problems may occur. A city may analyze traffic patterns to adjust signals and reduce congestion. A health department may study disease data to identify possible outbreaks. A fire service may identify buildings or areas with higher risk. A local council may predict which roads are likely to require repair. This allows government to act earlier instead of waiting for failure. But prediction can also become dangerous. If historical data contains bias, AI may repeat that bias. Imagine a policing system trained on arrest records from areas that were already heavily monitored. The system may identify those same areas as high risk because more arrests occurred there. Police then return more frequently. More people are stopped. More arrests are recorded. The data appears to confirm the original prediction. This creates a feedback loop. The system may look objective while reproducing old inequalities. Another important use of AI is citizen service. Government chatbots and virtual assistants can answer common questions. They can explain how to apply for a license, check an application, pay a tax, report a problem, or access welfare support. These systems can operate outside office hours and support several languages. This can improve access, especially when government call centers are overloaded. But a chatbot cannot solve every problem. A citizen facing homelessness, disability, immigration difficulties, or an incorrect legal decision may need empathy, explanation, and human judgment. A system that keeps repeating standard answers can make government feel even more distant. So AI should handle simple requests and help route complex cases to the right human officer. AI can also improve policy analysis. Governments produce huge amounts of data: employment figures, hospital records, traffic information, education results, tax data, citizen complaints, environmental measurements. AI can help identify patterns that humans may miss. It can show which areas are receiving poor services. It can compare policy outcomes. It can help governments test different scenarios before making decisions. For example, AI may help estimate how a new transport route could affect traffic, pollution, or access to jobs. But AI does not decide what society should value. A model may show which policy is cheapest. That does not mean it is the fairest. It may show which neighborhood produces the highest economic return. That does not mean poorer areas should be ignored. Public policy involves values, rights, trade-offs, and political choices. These decisions cannot be handed entirely to an algorithm. AI is also changing public sector employment. Routine administrative tasks may become automated. Data entry, document classification, appointment scheduling, and basic reporting may require fewer workers. This can save time and money, but it may also create fear among civil servants. The real opportunity is not simply to remove jobs. It is to move employees away from repetitive work and toward tasks that require judgment, communication, investigation, and public support. However, this requires training. Governments cannot buy AI systems and expect employees to adapt automatically. Staff need to understand how the system works, what its limits are, and when to challenge its recommendation. Another major concern is transparency. If a public official rejects an application, the citizen can ask for an explanation. But what happens when an algorithm makes or recommends the decision? The government cannot simply say, "The computer decided." Citizens need understandable reasons. They need to know what data was used. They need a way to correct false information. They need the right to appeal. A fast decision without explanation is not good administration. It is automated bureaucracy. Privacy is another serious issue. AI systems often require large amounts of data. Governments may hold information about health, income, education, family, location, criminal records, and benefits. Combining this data can improve services, but it can also create powerful surveillance systems. The question is not only whether AI can use the data, the question is whether it should. Governments need strict limits on data collection, access, sharing, and storage. Sensitive information should not be used simply because it is technically available. Cybersecurity also becomes more important. An AI system connected to major government databases can become a valuable target for criminals or foreign attackers. A data breach could expose millions of citizens. A manipulated system could produce false decisions. A failed platform could stop important public services. So governments need backup systems, security testing, professional oversight, and clear crisis plans. Another challenge is dependence on private technology companies. Many governments do not have enough AI expertise internally. They may purchase systems from private suppliers. This can be useful, but it creates risks. The government may not understand how the model works. The supplier may control important public data. Contracts may become expensive. Changing providers may become difficult. Public decisions should not become dependent on a private system that cannot be inspected. Governments need enough internal expertise to manage the technology, question suppliers, and remain accountable. But here is the brutal truth. AI can make a good government more efficient. It can also make a bad government more powerful. In a transparent system, AI can reduce delays, identify waste, and improve services. In an abusive system, the same technology can monitor citizens, automate discrimination, and strengthen political control. Technology does not create good governance by itself. It amplifies the institutions using it. This is why AI must remain under human and legal control. Important decisions should include human review. High-risk systems should be independently tested. Citizens should be informed when AI affects them. Biased or harmful systems should be suspended. And responsibility must remain clear. A minister, department, or public agency cannot escape accountability by blaming software. AI can support judgment. It cannot carry democratic responsibility. So AI is not simply another government technology. It is changing how decisions are made, how services are delivered, and how power operates inside the state. It can make government faster, more predictive, and more accessible. But it can also make mistakes faster, spread bias at scale, and hide decisions behind technical complexity. At the Learning Studio, we will not study AI in public administration as a magical solution. We will understand it as a powerful administrative tool that requires limits, transparency, and human responsibility. Because once you understand AI in government, you stop asking only, "Can this process be automated?" and start asking the deeper questions. Is the decision fair? Is the data accurate? Can citizens appeal? Who is accountable? And does AI genuinely improve public service, or simply make government power harder to challenge?